Hey guys, so I'm sitting here with the one and only Tanya Evoy, who you all know as the broker and team lead over here at Evoy Real Estate. How are you doing, Tanya?
I'm doing amazing. How are you doing, Miss Ashley?
I'm pretty darn excited I get to talk to you. I mean, I get to talk to you every day, but I think I know pretty much everything there is to know about you, but I thought I'd give the opportunity to everyone to get to know you on a more personal level and get to know more about what you have to offer with the business.
Yes,
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I feel, I guess I feel weird being on the other side of it.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to talk to you. You're always such a pleasure. So let's go.
Okay, so first question.
Yes.
How long have you been in business?
So I've been in business officially since 2009. So I guess that's 12 years? I don't know. No,
I don't know.
It's been a little while. Yeah. So 12 years. I started, oh my goodness. I started on my own. I hired an assistant pretty much halfway through. I've been in coaching ever since I started when I had an assistant. And I built a team, I guess the past 3 years. I'm really bad with timelines, clearly. I have no idea. It's been a while. I feel like I just started in a lot of ways, but
yeah, it's true. And I feel like the past couple years anyway have been such a blur. So I don't blame you for timelines. Everything just is all meshed.
I still think it's 2020, and here we are, almost 2022. Let's be honest. I still sometimes think I'm in the 90s.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's the best time, really.
Totally.
So all in all, you've been in business for a very long time and have lots of experience on every spectrum of real estate.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear you say that. I know that that's the perceived situation when you've been in the business, but the thing about real estate is you can be in it for 30, 40, whatever years and still feel like there's so much to learn because the market's changing so quickly. I mean, you know that the past 2 years, I don't have to talk about that, but I'm consistently trying to relearn and hone my skills. So if nothing else, I feel like there's just so much more to learn. So I don't feel like I've been in it that long.
Right.
When I talk to agents that have been in it for 15, 30, 20 years, I'm like, wow, it's a long time.
You must know everything.
I know. It's true though. And I mean, I'm fortunate that I've been in it for this long and that I still love it every day.
Yeah, no, it shows. It shows you love it. So that's
thank you.
So for those of you for those that don't know, what areas do you serve?
Well, personally and team-wise, I think it's important to point out the differences because there's me, but there's so many other amazing people on our team that make everything run smoothly. So as a result of having such a fantastic team, we're able to cover a fairly large area. So we serve everybody from Ottawa West all the way to Westport. We say Lanark County, but really it's quite a big area that we serve. And that's because we all have our kind of niche areas, right? I am originally from Nova Scotia, but I lived in Carleton Place and then I moved to Perth and then I moved to King. So I've been around a few times and I feel like the area that I'm hyper focused in right now would be Perth, Smith Falls, and Carleton Place is kind of my little niche area because it's where I started. It's where I know people, and it's where I love to work, obviously. Yeah. But I've been known to go a little bit further out when people pass my name on because I want to obviously service them in the best way. But yeah, it's a long-winded answer, but we serve a lot of different places, as you know.
Yeah. So in those areas that you say are your niche, I mean, we're talking right now on November 24th. How would you say the market is in those areas right now?
Oh, that's a great question. The market is complicated. I think that's the best way to put it because it's not a straightforward answer in saying residential resale. We're talking about many different types of markets within my niche because we deal in condo sales. We deal in, Canada West. We deal in Lanark, right? So they're all very different markets. So complicated is my best answer. I think we're still seeing a pretty intense seller's market out there. And I think we've gotten a little bit of a reprieve, which I'm grateful for, because it's been a crazy couple of years, and complicated is the nicest way to put it. Like it's been wild. Yeah, it's been like Wild West, right? Yeah, you just got your license in this crazy market, so you're going to be an expert. Like, no time.
Well, I'd like to think so. I know. And I mean, if anyone ever has any questions about the market in a particular scenario, you're obviously all open ears, right?
Yeah, I think education about the market is the first step, right? Because people are making decisions based on like some of the noise they're hearing from friends that have bought and sold, and they're listening to the news, which unfortunately is almost always not accurate. And the hyper local market for where you are is super important. So I love to have conversations about real estate that surround people with understanding their specific market first and foremost, because then you can make an informed decision and know, is it really the best time to sell? Is it really a great time to buy? How can I do both? And a really good example of that is, if you're purchasing a home in a more rural area versus selling in, say Carleton Place, then you might have a little bit more options in terms of like a longer closing, or, so there's just so many factors to it, and there's no clear-cut answer. And I think information is power, always.
Absolutely. And I feel like that's a very key point that you need to know about when you make any decision with real estate, because
it's a huge decision, right? You're moving your family, or you're relocating to another province, and there's so many things that are essential for just having little details. And that's what we do. That's what we do best, is we create solutions for clients that didn't even know the problems existed. Yeah. Right. There's so many things that they're like, I didn't even think about that. And I think that that's one of the reasons that the clients love us, is because we can sit and say, like, this is a problem, but we have a solution. And they're like, wow, I didn't even know that was a problem. But, that's a scary thought too, right?
Absolutely. And we'll talk more about that in a further question.
Sure.
I'm sure we could rave on about this for hours.
I know.
So I feel like I know the answer to this, but what is your favorite thing to do in your spare time?
I know what you think the answer is. I am a big family person, as you know. My husband is in the business as well, and my kids are growing up as real estate babies. So but I'm huge family. I'm super tight with my immediate family, my extended family. That's what we do. We love to hang out near the water and spend time together. But personally, if I have like me time, I'm either on my Peloton, doing yoga, reading, or I love meditation as well. That's been my newest passion. So yeah.
I feel like I need to get into that, a little bit of meditation.
I have a great book actually that I'm reading right now.
Okay.
I feel like I say that a lot to people, but this book is it's changed my perspective on meditation, because it's always been something else I've had to do. Yeah. But what I've noticed now is it's shifted into something that creates energy for me. Mm-hmm. Because as you know, you're expecting, there's a lot of expectations on people, but when you have a family and you're trying to balance a career and all that, there's just you need all these little tools in your toolbox, right? And meditation's been a great tool for me. Yeah. Oh, it really has.
Good to know. Good to know. I'll come to you for tips and tricks. Cool. So what's something that people may not know about your business? Again, I feel like this conversation could go on for hours, but what is that?
What's one thing? Well, I guess the newest thing is that we have this fantastic location. Yes. I'm so excited to announce that we got a new team office on Bridge Street in Carleton Place. Mm-hmm. All of us, I think, are loving the fact that we are in the heart of a town that's incredibly beautiful, welcoming, and we're so lucky to be able to have a team space that we can thrive in. So that's probably one thing that a lot of people don't know, because it's brand new information. And then I think beyond that, the thing about having a team is that a lot of people think that when they have a team, they get shuffled between all these individuals. And I guess I'm not clear totally on what a perception of a team looks like, but I know for us, the team is a cohesive group of people. So we're always communicating, as you know, about all the clients, what's happening, what their goals are, how can we help them better? And that's something that I don't think a lot of people really consider when they're looking at starting the real estate journey. They're like, okay, I need a good realtor. Yeah, you do, but you actually could use 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, it takes an army sometimes to.
It literally does. I mean, how many times have we had discussions where we're like, that's a great listing, or, I never thought about that, or we should think about doing this for them. And I mean, the power in great minds getting together and trying to problem solve, it's immeasurable. So I don't think a lot of people realize the actual value that they get when they hire a team. And I think that's something that, I love to talk about, obviously, but I think it's important to know.
It's true, because you're not only getting, the realtor you're dealing with, you're getting the whole team, you're getting an admin to keep everything organized.
I know. Yeah, the support staff. I mean, the marketing person for your listing, like all of these things are integral roles. And I would love to be able to sit there and say like, oh yeah, I can do it all myself. But I can tell you from experience, there's no way I can do it all myself. Like, there's just no way. Not only do I I probably could, but I wouldn't be good at a lot of it. Right? No, fair. Like I'm good at communicating with people and trying to find my clients' needs and helping them through the process, but I'm a process-oriented person. Yeah. So when it comes to taking pictures, no,
camera
is not my thing.
And I feel like you'd need more than 24 hours in a day to be able to do everything yourself.
I think to do it successfully and not to drop the balls, that's really crucial.
Yeah.
Really crucial. You need more people. Yeah. And the one thing to comment on is the real estate market and the real estate transaction has become so much more complex. So when I first started, it was pretty, I don't want to say simple, but it was pretty straightforward. The process was very, normal. But now with technology and all these other facets that people aren't considering, it's extremely complex. There's a lot of things that can go awry, and so having experts in your corner is important.
Absolutely. 100%. I might be biased, but I agree.
Yeah, I know. Again, long-winded answer, but it's important to know because again, I don't think a lot of people do.
No, for sure. Yeah. Now, what would you say your clients love most about you in the business?
Yeah. So that gets back to what I said earlier. I think they love our ability to problem solve and create smooth situations where they didn't know a problem existed. Mm-hmm. So most of my clients that I deal with are professionals or young families that just can't handle the hassle of going through the process, and they don't want to think about what could go wrong. It's too much for them. Their bandwidth for dealing with life and kids and jobs and things, it's just not enough. And so for them to have to sit down and say, okay, this is something, what if I get multiple offers? Am I going to sell my house first? Like those things are not even something they want to take on. No. So when I walk in we walk in and I say, this is something that we take on every day. We do it in a way that makes it seem like it's effortless. For them, it's very like, whoa, what? Really?
Yeah.
And I think that's what they love. I mean, that's what I hear from them is that we made the process easy. We communicated in a very efficient and honest way.
Yeah.
Honesty is one of those things that it's integral. And unfortunately, I feel like it's just not always as common because sometimes people tell you what you want to hear, but the reality is you're hiring me to do a job. I'm going to give you all the information. So you make that decision, right? It's not my decision. It's your decision.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah. So honesty definitely is a part of it. And then problem solving and good communication. Those are all things that I pride us on as a team, but me individually as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what would you say is the biggest challenge within your business right now, and how are you addressing it?
So the market has probably been the biggest challenge. And how are we addressing it is we are on top of it in every way, shape, or form. So we're all educating ourselves all the time. Chris and I are both taking courses right now. I know, Ashley, you just finished yours. And this is something that we take very seriously because we want to make sure we have the cutting edge information. I pay a lot of professionals to advise me on, next steps, what's coming down the pipes, what to look for. And the market has definitely been the biggest challenge. Everybody thinks that, oh, it's so easy right now. You can list your house for X amount. But the other side of that is there's a lot of fear surrounding that. There's a lot of educated, calculated risks that clients are taking.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much. And that would be the biggest challenge right now is the market. I mean, we're working through it though. We're doing a great job. And I think the clients are happy with it. And I know for a fact that we love being able to help them through this very stressful time.
Absolutely. And it's like we were talking about earlier, like the market's always changing. So it's not something that's always the same thing every single day, right?
Oh my gosh. I mean, month to month, week to week, really, right? Like we're seeing completely different activity now than we saw last week. It's remarkable. It's very, very interesting.
It really is.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Now, what are your goals for the business?
My goals for the business are, I think all of our goals for the business, because it's not just me, right? Let's be honest. Like there's all of you and everybody and our clients. I think my main goal is to help more people. I always want to be in a position where I can improve experiences for my clients, make them better experiences, level up professionally, and make sure that we're doing the best that we can. So definitely help more people, and whatever it takes to help more people will be sort of the roadmap to where we go next.
Yeah. And that's a great goal. So making sure everyone, has a good, happy experience and they love, essentially the biggest transaction of their life.
I know. And knowing that they're in good hands, right? That's part of it too, is I want them to feel like, they don't have to navigate something like this and feel like, oh, well, it could go completely. I mean, there's always risks associated with everything you do, but I feel like we want to make sure that it's not just a good experience, it's a great one.
Exactly.
Right? Despite some of the challenges that might come up. The communication is essential, the systems are essential, and those are the things that I love about the business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, the last question is there anything you'd like new or existing clients to know about your business?
Beyond what we've covered, I don't know that there's anything new. I think it's important to note that we are continually adapting through technology, through education, through our team to make the experience better. And I think adaptation in this type of a market is crucial.
Yeah. And we're always taking, additional measures and additional courses and education to make sure that we can fully adapt.
Yes, we're growing, and we're growing in so many ways. And I think that is probably the most important thing for us as people, but also for us as professionals in the industry too, is to let people know that we're growing and we would love to grow with them.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your time.
You're so welcome.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say that you put some pretty insightful points out there to the world when it comes to real estate. So I guess for anyone watching, if you have any questions, if you want to buy or sell, or if you just want to talk real estate in general, I guess you know who to come to.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ashley. I appreciate your time and your questions, and always nice to have a chat with you.
Yeah, we will talk soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.